Well, I just did a video today, live, and I'm back on. It's almost 4:30, and I feel great. I've really having to balance, well, not me really, but balance to 0 point, balance my energies. Yeah, test. Let's just say that. And I'm feeling great. I feel, and I got makeup on, and I went to a birthday party for my daughter's friend. So anyways, okay, so I got a candle lit. I was just guided to come on here. I'm feeling very focused on the divine feminine, the goddess power, goddess energy, and honing in on that because I did a divine masculine reading. Would like to tap into the divine feminine energies, the feminine goddess, warrioress energy, power, strength. I'm really feeling it. You know, it's just awesome. Okay, so I'm super thirsty. So let's just pause. Let's pause and just go within. Holding the flame, the single flame, which represents that one truth, the whole truth, the divine, the consciousness that is within each and every one of us, to hone in on this truth, the spiritual energy. This courses through our body, it reinvigorates us, knowing that we are on our perfect and right journey, and we anchor these 5D frequencies. Everything is in this place of it is already done, so it is done. There's no going back to the old templates that we cleared already. We step into this fifth dimensional frequency of pure love, of pure light, unconditional love, joy, happiness, peace. Ashuta kashata shita shushuta kashita. Okay. All right, a little bit of a this is Celestite, connecting to the angels, archangels. Let's go ahead and tune into that frequency. Let's pick a card for the overall goddess, divine feminine aspects, divine feminine goddess energy. And let's, since I'm talking to angelics right now and channeling that through, let me go ahead and pick one of these cards. So, Spirit, my divine team, my A-team, so excited, so pumped for this ascension, this awakening, this global awakening, global transformation to the fifth dimension of consciousness. And I just saw twin flame card. Okay. Let's tap into the divine feminine, please. A beautiful golden books. Write it down. Divine feminines, write it down. This has to do with writing, publishing. Yeah, your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. Also channeling, because writing is, also a form of channeling. So write it down. Could have to do with books, reading books. It's interesting. I like it. I like it. What another? Write your own book. You know, write your own book. Create your own life from a new template, new story. Let go of the old story. Let go of the victim consciousness. We do not operate. We do not need that. It is outdated. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. Law of attraction. Yes, divine feminines in their power, in their beauty, in this wholeness. So attracting what we want in our lives, and it starts with going within and knowing your true self, and knowing what your true self and your higher self wants for you. And it says, relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of the energy. So books and law of attraction. Some beautiful angelic cards for the divine feminine. I love it. Beautiful. Inspire, create. Harness that truth within yourself. Okay. I try to show the cards, but you know. Okay. So we're harnessing that celestite energy, the angelic energies, divine feminine. One of my favorite decks. Why can't I don't remember the name of it, but they're amazing. Light Star made them. I shuffle again. Divine feminine goddess energy. Call in the goddess. Goddess Isis. Goddess. God, there's so many goddesses that like... Oh my goodness. This card keeps coming up. Awakening. This came up for many things the last couple days, actually. This came up many times, not just, yeah, awakening. Beautiful. Okay, so if we look at the card, she's emerging in her light. She is in her truth, authentic, merging with the divine. Beautiful. I want to keep going. I like it. Awakening. And the pictures of the divine feminine on there, the goddesses. Trust. This came up again. These are two cards that came up in a reading that I did for a few of my friends to correlate what's going on with our journeys, and the divine feminine anchoring the trust, the connection. Trust. Overcoming doubts, insecurities, and patience. Definitely trust and patience go together. Trusting that everything is divine timing, and trust is like foundation 101, spiritual awakening. To really go within and trust and know that you are connected to your highest good. You are a divine feminine. You are a goddess. Everything that you were trained to seek outside yourself is already within you. So we were trained, conditioned to look outside ourselves, and we have to have this man, we got to have these things, and we got to, look a certain way, and not true. The divine goddess is within you, always. Beautiful. Trust, awakening, books, law of attraction, abundance, prosperity, letting go of this lack consciousness. It's also, I realized, when you're missing something, or when you feel like you're separated. For example, in the twin flame journey, feeling that like you're separated, especially if it's obviously like the physical, and it looks obvious, right? But in actuality, it's an illusion, because in spiritual, which is the highest of the highest truth, okay, this is just a physical plane. It's just a physical, like, for things to manifest on the physical form, it has to start in a higher vibration. So the truth is that you're already connected and unioned with your twin flame. Okay, so that's what I was talking about right there. And I was just talking about higher perspective. I got the card and I didn't even look at it. Higher perspective, the cosmos, awakening, and unity. We have 2 cards for Divine Feminine that are awakening. And I do feel like Divine Feminine have been on this awakening journey for a while. Some may have are now waking up or in their beginning stages of their journey of awakening. And yet, you know what? It's like, I started my awakening about 2 years ago. However, I'm constantly awakening more and more. And in the last, I would say 3 months, I've already awakened to more and more and more truth, and no matter what anybody tries to tell me or what they think, you know what I'm saying. You know your truth. You know who you are. I'm to that point where, you can try and tell me who I am all you want. Like on a personality surface is my personality. No, I am that I am. I am a divine consciousness in this physical body right now. So this is perfect, and it shows the earth, which is perfect for today. The 111 portal. So awakening unity, we have unity. Ancient knowledge is also in here. So waking up to more. The Divine Feminine is still, it's like spiraling upwards, okay? It's constantly learning more. And I'm not talking about learning like in the physical sense. It's an internal sense. It's a cosmic connection sense. It's like when I get these downloads of information like that, I have this knowledge and it's from like healing techniques from Lemurian, for example. And I receive information about that. Well, that's something new. I'm always spiraling up and ascending and learning new knowledge, and I love it. I knew it. I knew I was supposed to come on here. Okay, so beautiful. Okay. I love these cards. Let's pull another card for Divine Feminine. Okay. Contemplation. Silence, knowing, releasing control. Yep. Releasing control. Definitely. That place that you go within yourself, and you know the truth, and you know you have to be patient, you know you have to trust, you know all these things. And it's also Divine Feminine, don't be hard on yourself. Don't ever feel like, oh, this is my fault because I'm not with my twin in the physical, or I'm not healing enough. You're exactly where you're supposed to be at. We're all integrating lots of lights right now, and you're doing a great job. You see that beautiful dome in the background of the building? That's that higher consciousness, that higher self. It is such a beautiful place to be. And where does that start? Within yourself. There's so many times where I feel like, where I'm in my room, I've been sleeping, I've been purging, I've been picking cards, I meditate a lot, I vision, all the things. And I'm like, yeah, the outside person probably would think like, oh, she's not doing all the 3D things that she should be doing. Well, I do have a job, and I do have lots of 3D things. So, but that's my own judgment of myself, and you have to go within yourself. Divine Feminine, you're getting to be a darn good like pro at this. Of going within, you're starting to recognize when you get triggered, you recognize when there's old stuff coming up and you can transmute it. You're recognizing lots of places within yourself that you have really transcended and healed. And when those things come back up at you again, it's like, oh, here's that test to see if I'm going to like react this way or... And our guides and our team, they're just cheering us on because we're doing such a great job. I used to be so hard on myself. And then once I really dove deep into this journey and really learned about, I experienced. You really dig deep into the experience of purging and letting yourself just cry and cry for hours. That's called purging. That's not a bad thing. You're not depressed. Like, there is things called depression, but when you're purging all of those templates and all of those old things from like thousands of years of just built up, and releasing that, and then transmuting it and all that is part of it. Okay, so you're not crazy. You're not going through like midlife crisis. It's part of the journey. Pick another card. Whoa. Majestic Eminence. Yay! We got the Divine Feminine card. Divine Feminine Priestess. Divine Feminine Worth. That is a huge one. Our worth. Feeling worthy. Feeling worthy enough. That's a big trauma wounding that Divine Feminine, I feel especially. Well, both masculine and feminine. Healing that, feeling worthy. Like, where does that come from anyways? You're already worthy. Like, you are spirit and form. Like, you are God consciousness. You are source consciousness. Why wouldn't you be worthy? But, we're programmed for we have to have all these things and then we grow up and like, we pick, of course, like most challenging, ancestral lineage to, heal all of that. We know before we come here that we are going to go through all of these things, and we picked it out, like this, and this, so that we can transmute it and heal it, so that we can move on and ascend. That is so beautiful. Divine Feminine. Knowing your worth. Your worth has nothing to do with... it's 444. Feeling worthy. Yeah, that's a big one. That one and abandonment is... Those are, unloved. Feeling like unloved has to do with worthiness. And the other day I thought about that, and this is where I've really shifted, and I'm really proud of myself, is I can't imagine I can't imagine not loving myself. Like, why wouldn't I love myself? Someone had said that. I heard say, does anybody love me? And then I'm like, you should love yourself, like, automatically. You shouldn't. That's what I felt like. I feel like I don't need anybody to like say that they love me. Like, I love myself so much from all of this. Like, I appreciate my journey, that this external love and people loving us, it's just reflection of the love that we have inside already. So I like to I like to think of this like wellspring of love that you have within yourself, and it's like a fountain, and it keeps flowing, and it doesn't expire. You don't run out of it. You don't run out of love. Like, it's always within you. It's a wellspring of love, and it's divine love, of course, and it's always abundant. All right, let's pick a Goddess Isis card That's perfect for right now. Let me shuffle these. So, contemplation, did I read it? So, I think knowing is very, very big one for Divine Feminine. We get into this place where we know. I'm not talking about an ego knowing, I'm talking about like a higher knowing. A higher knowing of, well, I already know who I am, or, you know, all of that stuff. What was I going to say? Releasing control. Yes. Expectations are a big one. Releasing expectations, letting go. You can have your wishes and you can have your things you want to manifest, but you also have to let it go and not be so attached to that. Because remember, the divine is conspiring to work for you, not against you. However, you can, with the shadow self, you know, you have a contrast. You can also sabotage yourself in your dreams by how you think on a regular basis. So that's why it's good to be introspective. But the releasing control of situations, of outcomes, especially in your twin flame journey. And I have learned that, like, oh my gosh, I'm putting too much control on this, or I want it to be like this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let the universe surprise me. That has been my go-to message to myself. Like, Ariel, how about you let the universe surprise you? How about that? Like, fun surprises, and just let go of, you know, like, what you want. You know who you are. You know you're vibrating on higher frequency. You know you're ascending. So let go of needing to control that and the expectations, because otherwise it's just very not fun. It's really not fun to be totally like, because then you end up stressing yourself out and worrying for no reason when you just let go and let God surprise you. Let God, Source, surprise you and give you miracles in this new life. Like, if we really knew every single thing, I think it wouldn't be as fun to let God surprise us, right? Key of life, Divine Feminine. You have the key of life. Spinning the Ankh, the key of life, the Ankh. Oh, I wish I could show you my Ankh tattoo. The Ankh is such a beautiful symbol of eternal life, and other things, also the masculine and feminine. One more. Ooh, the Lunar Queen. She of the Celestial Crescent. Beautiful. Okay, so where's my Isis Oracle? So we have I want to read the Key of Life because that's the first one. And this one, I kind of have an energy that speaks to me of like your intuition. You have the lunar energy, is very intuitive. The Key of Life, I don't know that I've gotten that one. Okay, so the Key of Life is the mysterious Ankh, the looped cross held in the hand of Isis. This mystery is opening to you now. The Ankh portends new life being born through you now. It could be in a creative sense or in a physical sense, in terms of health, or even a child that wishes to be born, or a new project that needs to be created in service to humanity. Something being born, something being created. So it's this Key of Life unlocking. And I did a crystal grid the other day and it looked like a key. So you hold the key. Divine Feminine, you hold the key. I mean, even the fact that you hold the key of life in your womb and the essence of life is very powerful. The Ankh comes as blessing and confirmation that new life is seeking to express through you now, and encouragement that you allow this to occur. Allow. which is a beautiful gift of the divine feminine to a divine feminine trait and energy, is allow, to just receive and allow. That's one of my favorite. I just love my divine feminine goddess power within me, and my divine fit masculine too. Definitely both. Let's see. Something has started to be born through you at this time. Yes, what's starting to be born through you? Everything. Okay, so this new life being born is, in whatever form, will enrich your life, bringing you more into wholeness and fulfillment. Let it happen. Let it happen. That's what I was just saying, like, let it happen. Let the universe surprise you. Let the universe bring it to you. We've already planted so many seeds. We already know what we want to create. Okay? The Ankh comes as a blessing and confirmation that new life is seeking to express itself through you now. Allow it to occur. Something wants to be born. See it through, beloved. Don't let it struggle to survive from lack of attention or care, or a belief that it will not be enough in any way, or that is too hard to handle once it's created. The Ankh says that life will prevail and your creation will come to pass. That's how I feel about this when I started this channel. I got the message, just started. Don't worry about, like, the subscribers and what. Just put yourself out there, because how do you know how you'll change the world, or how do you know if you don't try? And so that is this message, to stay with it, that you are flowing in the right direction, and you have spiritual support in the unseen worlds. Yes, the unseen. Well, now it's starting to become more seen, because the veil is like gone, and Earth is becoming more freer at the moment, even though I'm not going to go there. Okay, let's just know that creativity, it flows. It's a long message, so I'm just going to kind of... So do not give up on your creative destiny. If you're unsure about what your creative destiny is, what is it saying? Okay. So I would say go within. That's my answer to everything. You don't know what to do? Go within yourself and ask. And ask your higher self. You really don't know until you ask. But I think divine feminines, I think like most the ones that I connect with, this inner journey. And if you're just starting, welcome, congratulations. Going within and getting to know your inner self, higher self, is huge progress on this earth right now. So, excuse me. Okay. So, I'm just going to read that briefly because there's more. There's a ritual in here that you can do. Incantation of the Ankh. Cross of life, cross of light, protects me through darkest plight, held within the Isis womb. New melody of my soul tune, safely held in the loop, unbroken, till it is time for new life to break open. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Safely held in the loop, unbroken, till it is time for new life to break open. Wants to break open. It wants to be free. It wants to create itself. And then we have the Lunar Queen. This is awesome. So deep feminine wisdom. So that card is deep feminine wisdom, which is beautiful because we're talking about the feminine. It's talking about the phases of the moon there's different cycles to talk about, cycles of replenishment and rest, and then there are cycles of action and demonstration, right? You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation. We're just talking about creation. That is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. We were just talking about releasing control. So, okay, I'm not going to get into, because overall, generally, I feel the vibrations of the cards. I don't want to explain, and it's already 30 minutes. Wow, okay. Okay. The other question is, do we want a message for Divine Masculine from Divine Feminine? We'll see. We'll see. Right now we're focusing on Divine Feminine. Her energies. Oh my gosh, look at these cards. Too, that I just tapped in. No place like home and soulmates. Alright, what I was going to ask. What should we ask a question? Or ask about Divine Masculine message? Okay. Let's focus on that beautiful Divine Goddess. Okay. Observe. I got this card before. So I would say observing, just like this goddess, go within, observe. Observe yourself, observe your reactions, observe your state of consciousness. Where are you at? How can you raise your vibration? How can you be more in your goddess power? And of course also balanced with your masculine power, because we are both energies. So for me, I've really grown to know my masculine within me. And I realized, wow, I was very overly feminine. Very nurturing, like just having to balance those energies out. Okay, we got a bunch. Poised, confident. She's stretching out, stretching through. And then we have the why with a book. The why is like asking questions. Why? Like also, what's the intention? Why? You know, and you know what's funny is we have this loyal heart. So I was just talking about Divine Masculine. Let's see if I can tap into these here. Divine Feminine just reaching out, like about to explode. That's how I feel. There's all these energies coming through my body. And crystalline, upgrading. And opening this book. It's almost like the Akashic Records, going within and looking and like, what else do I have to look at? Divine Feminine has really gotten freaking ballsy on her journey and really looking at everything there is to look at. Trying to balance out this Divine Masculine and Feminine energies. Loyal heart, which signifies the beautiful twin flame relationship, the twin flame connection. It's spiritual. So poised, why, and loyal hearts. This also connects me to the Akashic Records. And the questions of a lot of Divine Feminines, why? Why this and why that? And why is my Divine Masculine this? And oh my gosh, and all the questions. And we come to realize that it's all for divine purpose and divine. We like picked all this stuff before we came here, so it's tapping into that, knowing the truth of this connection, and exploding in ourselves. Sounded weird. Just reaching for the best. Like reaching up. She is like this fairy, and she is just reaching up to that star, and she is just like, oh my gosh. Like, ooh. Okay. Anything else? It's my videos get really long actually. I'm going to ask a question. Divine Feminine, do you have a message? Divine Feminine Goddess, do you have a message for your beautiful beloved? Divine Masculine. Holy moly, that just flew out of peace. Beautiful. A 5. Adds up to a 5, which is change. Transformation. I think of a 5 as change. Transformation. Look at that egg. What is that picture? Oh, it's a dove. It's a dove. Peace. You are the peace you seek. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine sees that in you, the beautiful inner peace that you present within yourself, that you have this presence of peace. Anchor in this presence of peace. Okay? Any other messages for happy, peace and happy of the Divine Feminine saying, oh my gosh, accept, just be happy and at peace with yourself. Know that you are worthy. Know that you, look at this, are connected. We are connected. You can connect to that peace, prosperity, love, vibration at any moment, any time, even when your outside world is, you're not feeling that way. Happy. And peace. Oh my gosh, what else? What else? Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. Divine Feminine to her Divine Masculine saying, this resides within you. Right? Peace and happiness. Okay. Let's see. What other cards? It's almost 40 minutes. Okay, so let's pick. Oh, I like these two cards, so I'm just going to keep them. Because it is lake and rainbow, blessings and stillness, and I was seeing lots of rainbows and the rainbow bridge linking up between the twins and the stillness, that stillness of going within, of contemplation, is oh so necessary. Beautiful. That contemplation, stillness, and then we got those rainbow frequencies coming in. Blessings. And as we talked about the Ankh of creative forces wanting to come through, and this is the blessings from that. So all the beautiful abundance of blessings. Oh my gosh. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so let's do an overview of, let's see. So we had books, law of attraction, trust, higher perspective, contemplation, the divine priestess, divine feminine, and the energy of worthiness coming up, and then awakening, lots of blues too, and then observing that, the lunar queen, tapping into your intuition, and then the key of life, and then we have the stillness and the lake, and the rainbow blessings. And then the messages of peace and happy to divine masculine. Be at peace, and happiness comes within yourself. And connecting to this why of the Akashic records, and clearing all of that, asking, going within, and knowing the truth. Oh my goodness. So, let's see. 4004. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. This is a great reading for Divine Feminine goddesses. Oh, let's pick an Ascension card. Interesting. Ego. Let's pick another card so we can understand that. Attachment. Letting go of this attachment. Goodbye. Because that's just a product of the ego. Attaching too much to... I like to think of the Buddha, you know, not attaching to everything. You could really enjoy life by staying unattached. Which is hard for us to do because, like, attached to your phone, you're attached to personal things, and then you attach yourself to people. But just practicing non-attachment and recognizing the ego versus, like, your higher truth, your higher self. So Divine Feminine, purging out some of this attachment ego, which I could vouch for sure. You know, like, it comes through both aspects. It comes through both masculine and feminine. I got this card again twice today. The light worker. So rise up in your truth. Be in mission. Be in your mission, whatever. And a lot of, even if you don't know exactly what it is yet, just the fact that you're in awareness, you have an awareness beyond, you're waking up. Like, regardless, you are on mission. Even if you think that you have to do this, like, big thing, just spreading your light and being there for people is a mission. So how about, oh, I love these things. I forgot these little seeds. Okay. How about doing a light language? What should we do it for? Since we're doing Divine Feminine, this is for the Divine Masculine. Activation to connect with the higher. How about that? So, light language activation for Divine Masculine to help connect to his divine counterpart, his Divine Feminine in the higher, the 5D Divine Feminine. Okay? Hashita cara soto ma shita corso cosiva shutasi shushavasita karma hosi vashita shukusanama hada shushama kasala sufishutu sitare sukusana turshima sala kasuku shikasona totikara sutu fisheka ashuta makara soto siva shota sima stote shiara sakuta tevishaka Sutu su shuta basa karamasoko shida masa shu 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 shamasoko takasakara sorotika shama dusika shu shu sikaramaso Luisa corresponde kasaka fasara su basha bashoto 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 shi asha ashi hushu ashu shi. Okay, I love you, love and light on this blessing, auspicious day of 111. And I just know that we will transcend into the 5D consciousness realms. I love you. Blessings. Okay, bye.